that's it hitting the wall. It's that long. So this is a 5-foot PVC pipe. And could I cut it smaller? Sure, I have several that are much smaller than this. But I thought, how much fun would it be to try to do this? So I'm making up enough soap to fill this 5-foot piece of PVC, and this is my purity soap. And I generally always make my purity in round soap, and I can't tell you why, it just feels right. It's an all-white coconut milk and goat milk soap that I've made for years. It is one of my most popular soaps, and so I always try to keep it in stock, but I have been out for a bit and just haven't got around to it. And the reason why is, I don't know. I have to drag these out, and the trick to these is you have to clean them right after you use them. Okay, I don't line mine. I use them just as they are, completely naked. I plug the end though. Here, I wanted to show you that. The way I plug mine is, this is just a little honey mold. I've got several of these, just honeybees and honeycomb. I've used them sometimes to make my certain honey soaps in the past. But anyway, it fits perfectly inside the PVC pipe, really tight. And that silicone now is sealed, a good 2 inches in, and it creates just a fantastic seal. So that's what I use, and it doesn't leak. And anyway, so I'm mixing up my soaps, which I'll show you here in a moment. And I just wanted to show you this monstrosity, which I can't show you. It's too big. It's gigantic. It's coming at you. Ah! Yeah. Okay. So I've got my oils, and I have I have what looks like plaster here, don't I? This is my goat milk and my coconut milk, and I made too thick a concentration, or a water reduction. That's not right. It's just that I do a reduction. Mumbling. So now I've got to try to pour this, and I don't know how to film that. It's 5 feet tall. My camera and my tripod just aren't that tall. I thought about leaning it against here. And let me see if I can change the angle of the camera at all here. Looks like I can show you the edge of it. So you'll be able to see some of the pour until I stand it up, maybe. No, because I can't stand here and pour it toward me. I don't want to pour it on me. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to have to pour this off camera, which I've never done, but I don't know how else to get it into here and do it on camera. I'm sorry. So to try to give this some scale, here's the soap cutter. And here's the soap. It's a 5 foot. Oh, I can't do it. Hang on, I'm not doing it in the camera. I just want to bang it. See, I banged it. It's too big. But it was for fun. I just wanted to see how big I could make it. So I've got a little over 5 feet of soap here. And of course, every time it touches anything. So obviously it's too long to get in here, so I am going to have to cut it. it, which I hate to do. It's just so much fun to make a nice long piece. Okay, but it keeps getting into herbs over here on my other side, so I need to cut it. So I'm gonna just cut it down a bit to work with it. I wanted to share a tip based on something I saw in someone else's video. So I'm gonna zoom in a bit here on my cutter itself. Okay, so this is the stop guide. This is how you measure out how thick you want your soap to be from the blade to the stop. Right? But I've seen people put this in backwards like this. Why is that backwards? Well, first of all, it doesn't sit. It will shift. Even when you have the screw on it real good and tight. Plus, soap and stuff can get into this crack. It can poke your soap with those sharp edges, but I'm not. There we go. It's tightening now. I just wanted to show you. So let's say you want your soap at this length. Or this width, I should say. Do you see how that turns? Can you see that? See how that shifts? So you push your soap up against it, you're going to end up with crooked soap. But if you simply turn it around this way, loosen up a bit here. Oh, there we go. If you put it this way, then tighten it down. You're now tightening these and securing down the whole piece. It does not shift as easy. You would really have to press on it. You see? I mean, you can see my fingers there. I'm really having to push it to make it move. And you can tighten it more than that if you want, and it makes it even harder. So just twist it around the other direction, and that way you have a flat surface for your soap to go against. That's all. It's not a right or wrong thing. Maybe it is. I don't know for sure, but it just made sense to me, and it seems to work better. Because when I first got it, it came uninstalled, and there were no instructions about putting it on or a picture of it or anything. So I didn't like the way this felt, so okay. Enough preaching. So first thing I'm going to do is to cut this. So I'm bringing out the Psycho knife again. Okay. Let me move the cutter out of the way. Okay. I'm gonna get the monster over here. And I don't really have to measure this anyway special. I'm just gonna try to get the approximate middle. Well, actually I do. I do want to get it right because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm not gonna worry about it. Not for this purpose. There, now it's manageable. Okay, so now I can zoom in a little bit. Let me get the cutter. I've got some wonky ends here I need to cut off. Okay. All right. Let me redo the camera a bit here. And zoom. Yeah, the zoom thing sometimes gets me. All right, there we go. Let me get this up here. And it does have a wonky end on it there. It's where it pushed a little bit on the silicone. Okay, on the silicone B that I had in the end of that PVC pipe. So I'm going to cut the end off first, even it up a bit. I'm hitting the other one. So let me back that up a tad. There we go. Just get that end off. Let's see, that's not big enough. I'm going to cut these a little heftier. That's good. Because they're round, I just like to make them a little thicker. there we have purity. Now, of course, if you don't want to mess with PVC, you can just get these kind of molds. These work great, but I like to do things the difficult way. And it's cheap. This PVC was not expensive for me, so it's a very inexpensive way to do it. There are hassles associated with it, right? It can have ridges on it. You can bang it up, taking it out of the mold, and like I had some herbs sitting over here in a bowl, and it grabbed onto those. It's not dirt. It's actually, that is chamomile leaves. I got them all there. So it looks like we've got about 55 here ish. Thanks everyone. I hope you have a fantastic day.